What's up guys, welcome back from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video. Next match, Cross Balanced Cup. Next one here back in Group D. So the two decks we've skipped a couple of weeks ago. Let's dig into it right. First deck list we have Trickstar Sky Strikers. One of the more, well, it's a list from 2018, basically from Master Rule 4. That's what I wanted to say. It's going to take on like the Perfect Circle variant, Destiny Raida referring to Light and Darkness Dragon from back in the old school days, back in 2007 by the way. The deck list you see here should be a first place deck list by the way. So which deck has the advantage? I'm well aware this is pretty much, this matchup is like a David versus Goliath matchup. And I can definitely agree with like the votes from the previous video, seeing that Trickstars, 85% of the people see that Trickstars should have the advantage over Destiny Raida. I can definitely agree. Power creep, right? But, I mean, let's see how it goes. The field spell is of course very crucial against a lot of older decks. It kind of power creeps a lot of older decks as well. It's a Surge, it's a Rota for the archetype. For Trickstars, Light Stage that is, and on top of that it's also a Mystical Space Typhoon in the end phase. Well, it blocks the spell or trap, so that's insanely powerful if it takes on like an older deck. Light and Darkness Dragon was one of the best cards during or at least during its prime. That's like end 2007, early 2008, right before Teledad era and the Gladiator Beast era. So basically the Monarch era, like the Perfect Circle, Zaborg, Ryza, those times, right, where Light and Darkness Dragon shined. Reborn in the Disc Commander. This is Disc Commander pre-errata, showing I believe now it's errata to do once per duel, I believe, but back in the old school days that wasn't the case. It was an insanely powerful card. The fact that it could be reborn off of Light and Darkness Dragon, it could be reborn from Call of the Haunted, off of Premature Burial to get those Pot of Greeds effect, draw 2. That's always sweet. But now, I mean, if you can compare it to Trickstars, Normal Summon Candina, get a Surge, Lycaris, Lilybell for more pluses, yeah. What is this commander going to do? The Calling of Nightmares is also something that kind of power creeps older decks. It speaks for itself, so now Goblin prevents targeting for every call, you know, like looking at towards like co-linked monsters, so I can't target Phoenix, I can't target the Sayuja and Goblin itself, of course, and that's crucial since cards like Brain Control, Soul Exchange, Ryza, those cards are all targeting, and that's huge, right? I can't get rid of that. And Phoenix, of course, protects from battle, well, prevents them from being destroyed by battle, so that definitely hurts. Torrential Tribute might be a good one, but it's not going to save me. Again, Trickstar Light Stage forcing out the Phoenix, Wing Blast, and hopefully, you know, normal summoning another monster, but that wasn't the case, so Torrential can't be activated and I lose this one. Next one. So Psytech, and the Epsilon is an interesting one, as you see here in the, I believe Trickstars do indeed Psytech that one against something like, well, in this case like Mind Crush, maybe Trap Dust Shoot, Crush card. Maybe, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Or Dust Tornado, maybe. Okay, so I kind of like it. Not really sure if I personally would Psytech that in. So the Crush card is definitely coming. But the thing is now that, you know, Trickstar should just play around it. I'm not really sure, like getting a glimpse of the hand here. I'm also seeing the Heavy Storm Duster. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's better than nothing. I'm not really sure which cards were Psyteched out. So anyway, immediately get off the Crush card, Virus and Desires. I believe the Trickstar decklist is running double Desires, and of course Desires off of Desires is not good. So Light and Darkness Dragon trying to get some damage in, but I mean, if you knew how to play around it, the card is definitely good, but it's very easy. That's what I wanted to say. It's very easy to play around it. Just activate the first card. Light and Darkness Dragon has to negate the first activated card. And then you can just keep chaining cards you want to resolve. So in this case, resolving the the Scapegoat as Chain Link 3. So Light and Darkness Dragon itself will be Chaining 2, negating the card and dropping itself like 500 attack and defense points lower. But yeah, I don't think there is something. Yeah, on top of that, the free negation, I guess, due to Sayuja's like attack increase effect. So Stratos gets the extra reborn, but I like power plays. Mind Grudge is cool, Heavy Storm is cool to blow away the back row, but I needed a power play. Maybe Treeborn Frog for Ryza, Brain Control for maybe Light and Darkness Dragon to seal the deal. If I was able to get another tribute summon on the field, or at least, well, another tribute monster on the field, but wasn't the case. Double sets, not really sure, they are not going to help, I think. One of them is a Mind Crush, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so yeah, this commander didn't really help out too much. Again, the 2 draws were cool, but Trickstars, they get much more advantage compared to the Destiny Ryda deck. Pulling the Rug, who remembers that card, right? A very old school card, back in the old school days, counter trap by the way, cited against something like Monarchs. Against basically any monster that was able to activate its effect upon summoning, upon normal summon for example, like here in this case Trickstar Candina, so you can use Pulling the Rug to negate the activation, negate the summon, I believe as well, and to destroy the card. Well yeah, tributes, that's the downfall, always drawing those extra tributes when you don't have the tribute fodder in your graveyard. So immediately Foolish, game number 3 by the way, so immediately Foolish Burial the Malicious to the graveyard, again telegraphing the potential crush card play. But now Trickstar is able to, you know, like play around it much easier by using the field spell, forcing out the crush card, and indeed Lilybell is able to play around the crush card really well to get back the, well, at least one of the Trickstars that was destroyed off of crush card. Shizuku will eventually search out, is engaged, maybe engage, probably, not really sure if it was activated before, other than maybe it's going to be after, yeah, it's probably going to be after Burner, because Engage was already used up. So Soul Exchange Ryza, man, in the old school days, 2006, 2007, that was the power play. Soul Exchange Thestalos, Soul Exchange Ryza, to get you back in a duel, make your opponent waste resources, force out resources, get rid of a big beat stick on their field with Soul Exchange. A very powerful card back then, but now in today's format, giving up your battle phase for only one monster, that's definitely not worth it. So yeah, this is definitely more than enough for Trickstar Sky Strikers to eventually attack for a game. So a clean 3-0, what can I do? Again, something I expected, I guess. There's one dual extra right, again, to prevent spoilers. The next matchup, the next decks will also be revealed at the end of the video. It's, by the way, Gladiators versus Sylvan. So again, like always, to feel free to leave your prediction. That matchup, at least that matchup, feels more fair, I guess. I mean, both decks are very similar to what their goal is. So one extra duel again, and well, double Malicious, double Destiny draw is cool, I guess, but Malicious is very important to serve as a second monster to get out my big beat stick, my Light and Darkness Dragon. So Suicide for Candina, but again, yeah, Lilybell will just get it back to the hand, and the double Lycoris will hit the field, and you know, that's crucial. I mean, the burn damage definitely hurts eventually, right? So draw and add to the hand or whatever. The field spell for some extra burn. Not really sure what my set is. Oh, okay, Pulling the Rug. Probably should have set the Torrential Tribute as well. But yeah, you know, you can definitely expect the light stage, right? Targeting the Pulling the Rug. So Heavy Storm is cool, but I don't have a follow-up play. Destiny Hero, this commander as a set. I do Torrential Tribute here. Maybe, yeah, you know, like Phoenix or whatever. And keeping the Pulling the Rug for the Candina. But now I lose momentum. No monster, no Stratos, no Spirit Reaper to potentially get a poke. But yeah, what can I do? Another Scapegoat here. I can't play around that. So Scapegoat will eventually turn itself into multiple tokens, but that's the thing. That easy Link 4 summon. Yeah, what can I do? So eventually Lilybell will deal the last damage, and Lycoris also, of course. So nothing I can do about it. I think we have a well-deserved winner here, with Trickstars getting the 3 points and Destiny Ryda staying behind with only 1 point. So yeah, the next matchup we have Sylvans versus Gladiator Beast. Again, like always, feel free to leave your predictions. I mean, the list, you will see them soon. I feel that this particular matchup is very similar. I mean, both decks have like the same consistency issues, if that makes sense. Like GB, Sylvans both very weak to hand trap disruption. That is, they can go first, they can go second, but obviously you want to go first as a Sylvan player or GP player to get out those big beat sticks and big negations. Well, both decks again serve a very similar purpose to that. Like Felgrand, for example, maybe the Malefic Star, or the Stardust Spark Dragon, or Stardust itself, the Engineer or whatever, right, in case of Sylvans. Okay, guys, this is it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them signing out. Peace.